In November 2008, BostonTweet was created as an attempt to use Twitter to promote local businesses during the economic recession by posting images of local coffee shops, restaurants, concerts, and fun events going on around the city. Today, BostonTweet has almost 200,000 followers and has quickly become the social media account for new students, tourists, and locals when trying to make plans around the city. Even the governor, Charlie Baker, follows BostonTweet, and so, admittedly, do I. Yes, I'm guilty as well as several other members of our staff here at Urban Update. So to tell us how he became such a social media sensation, we've invited the man behind all the tweets himself, Tom O'Keefe, founder of BostonTweet. Tom, welcome to Urban Update.
Morning.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's go back to the beginning. How did this idea of starting BostonTweet pop into your head?
Yeah, so basically 8 years almost to the day. I had 2 internet startups. I've been in the startup space for years. And the economy crashed, Lehman Brothers crashed, and I was in a really bind position in my life. And I needed to brand myself to get a job. And the way to do that, and the only money I had, was free for Twitter. And I started Twitter and BostonTweet as a way to promote local businesses during the recession, make sure people are still going to bars and restaurants. And indirectly, that promoted me.
Wow. Now, how do you pick which places to visit and which places to tweet about?
The places I visit, I'm a very casual guy. I like places that are a little more laid back. So those are the ones I usually go to. I'm not sort of a club person, and I usually can't get in because I always wear Chuck Taylors. But you know, local beer bars, restaurants, Eastern Standard, Public House, all my favorite places that I've been going to years, even before I started the Twitter account, are the ones that I continue to go to.
Wow. What have been some of your more memorable experiences through BostonTweet?
You know, it's the biggest eye-awakening thing for me is how many people in this city it reaches, and not just in number, but from like freshmen to business leaders to media. You know, kind of the biggest eye-opening was maybe 8 years ago at a Fenway party, and Lyndon Pizzotti Henry came up to me and said she was a fan and a follower. And that was a huge, like, seriously, of me? Like, I'm a fan of the Red Sox, how are you a fan of me? So at that part, it really opened my eyes to how much reach that social media and Twitter and my account in general had on Boston.
Wow. What about some of the other big followers, you know, famous followers, besides me, of course?
Yeah, you and your top 10 fan club, I think, are all my main followers in there. But you know, it's kind of early days. Dean Elmore is one of my favorite guys. He's the dean of students at BU. He's, I think he's one of the biggest rock stars in the city. He's always been my favorite follower. You know, a lot of politicians. You mentioned Tito earlier. He's one of my favorite guys in the city. He has followed me, and you know, even Mayor of Boston has followed me in this campaign. And it reaches everyone in the city, which is amazing. And people outside of the city. It's about promoting Boston. Everything's meant to be positive.
Well, any events? What events does BostonTweet attend regularly?
You know, I tend to explore the city, just on foot and going out. I run a lot in the city and seeing what's there. So a lot of food trucks around in the city, just everyday life that's happening. There's SOA is a great event that happens every weekend, every Sunday. You know, I go to that a lot and sort of tweet about what's happening there. And I love just exploring the city.
Any advice for those who want to create a brand for themselves, getting going on social media?
It's tough. So I think timing was very important for me. Twitter was early. My biggest advice is be genuine and be authentic and be yourself. And that comes through. I cannot be someone different on Twitter as I am in real life. Others can. So my advice is be authentic to who you are.
When did you realize that BostonTweet was really taking off?
You know, I started November 21st, 2008, and by January of the following year, 2009, it had become a few thousand followers at that time. And at that time, I realized, wow, this is actually probably the best startup I've ever created, and it was free. So it was sort of a kick because I lost a lot of money in the economy when my other startups failed. But it took a couple months to realize that this might be pretty powerful.
Well, talk about a silver lining behind that cloud 8 years ago. Must be a pretty fun lifestyle. Is this all you do?
It's a great lifestyle. It's not. One of my big passions projects is charity, and I have a company called Flutter. And Flutter raises money for charity by creating experiences that people donate $10 for the chance to win. So we actually right now, in today's first day of football, we have a Meet Tom Brady experience on now.
Very quickly, how many times a day do you tweet? Do you tweet a lot, or you only tweet just important things?
The latter, yeah. I used to try to get everything in the city was going on. Okay. Now it's maybe 5 at the most.
Okay, all right. Tom O'Keefe, thanks for coming in. And and tweet about your appearance on here on Urban Update.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Tom O'Keefe, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Byron.
Congratulations on Boston Tweet.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for this edition of Urban Update. But before we go, a special reminder that tonight the New England Patriots kick off their season against the Arizona Cardinals. And you can watch all the action live right here on 7 News here at 8:30. For all of us here at Urban Update, I'm Byron Barnett. Have a great Sunday and go Pats.